Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Noose with Tim Lynch. I'm Tim Lynch. Sorry, it's been a little bit since our last episode. I've been busy, family stuff, which is great. But also, it turns out I have to work for a living. This doesn't really pay for it yet. It can. If you want to see this really going full tilt, if you want to see me going full time here, we just need to bring in some money. So if you want to make some donations to support the show, if you have a business, we can do some advertising for. If you have an appliance center, if you have a brewery, let's talk. We can get things going. In the meantime, let's start with our story. This I've been holding on to for a little over a month. Like I said, it's been a while since the last show, but I haven't lost what I got. This is something I got off the internets, which is pretty much where I get everything from. This is an article from foxbusiness.com. And the title of the article is San Francisco Sucks. No, actually, that's not the title. The title is actually published on April 7th. San Francisco proposal would allow lawsuits over grocery store closures. Subtitle: a San Francisco supervisor wants to require grocery stores to provide 6 months of notice before closing a location. So what's this about? Well, if you go on, look at the article, it says Dean Preston, a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, I don't know what they do, probably not much, introduced what he calls the Grocery Protection Act. Spoiler alert, does not protect groceries or grocers or grocery stores. It is based on a proposal the board approved in 1984, good book, that was vetoed by then San Francisco Mayor Dianne Feinstein. Now, if Dianne Feinstein vetoed it, it's bad. So what are the details? So Preston's proposal would require a grocery store to provide 6 months written notice to the Board of Supervisors, again, the Board of Supervisors, as well as the Office of Economic and Workforce Development. You may know them as the OEWD. I don't know them at all, and I'm betting they don't do much either. But I digest. The store would also be required to post notices at all entries and exits as a means of informing customers and the general public. The rule wouldn't preclude closures due to a store being unprofitable. So why are they doing this? Why is this rule being proposed? Well, because grocery stores are fleeing San Francisco. Really, all stores are fleeing San Francisco. But why? Well, because crime is skyrocketing, right? So crime's going up, businesses are losing money, their workers are at risk for injury or even death. You get out. Okay, so guess what is one of the best ways to make sure you never start a business? Make it hard to leave once they do. Seriously, let's say you've got a business you want to start, or you've got a business you want to expand into a new area, and maybe it's a little risky. Maybe there's some good things that can really bring a good profit, but at the same time, there's some parts that might not make it work. You might say, WTF, let's go for it. But then someone says, hey, just so you know, once you start a business here, it's really hard to leave. All of a sudden, WTF turns into no, wait, NFW real fast. And the same is true for personnel, right? Let's say you're a business and you want to hire people. What's one of the best ways to make you hire a lot of people fast? Make it easy to fire them. Again, let's walk it through. You're a business. You're interviewing someone. They actually seem pretty solid, really interesting, some good points on the interview. But again, maybe there's some red flags, some things you're a little concerned about. Maybe they've been through a lot of jobs recently, or maybe someone gave them a bad review at some point. Maybe it's true and they are a bad employee. Or maybe they've literally worked for a couple of bad bosses. It happens, and they're actually really solid. You might say, hey, you know what? If it's easy to fire them, let's do it. Because if it doesn't work out, bye-bye. But if it's hard to fire them, hard pass. Look, business is about risk, right? Businesses risk their money, their time, their energy, effort to try to make more money. If you increase the risk and it comes with a potentially increased payoff, some businesses will take that higher risk. But if you increase risk for no reason and there's no better payoff, Businesses aren't going to take that risk. They're not going to try. You kill the business. So instead of making and enforcing rules for the innocent, as the left loves to do, why don't we make and enforce rules for the guilty? These stores are leaving because of crime. Stop crime. You want to stop crime and theft? Deter crime. Make it hard and dangerous for the criminals. Arrest the criminals. Lock the criminals up. Keep them locked up. Or allow civilians to defend themselves without repercussions. So if someone has to defend themselves and they shoot a criminal, you applaud them. Maybe even give them a medal. You don't persecute them and arrest them. It's just common sense. And with that little tidbit of stuff you already knew, I think I'm going to let you guys go. But thanks for joining us. In the next episode, I have a story that's only 2 or 3 weeks old, but it's still timeless because it's always timeless because human nature never changes. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay armed, keep your feet on the ground. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you next time. Thanks.